Hey guys, this is Marshall from Pacific Reviews, and today I'm going to do a speed test and Wi-Fi test with the iPod Touch 4th generation against the iPod Touch 1st generation and the 2nd generation and the iPhone 4. So just a quick size comparison. So here's the 4th generation, with the new body, rocker keys, camera, FaceTime camera, and sleep buttons on the other side. Here's the 1st generation. Turn this around here. Yeah, so you can see that this is clearly smaller. Not by much, but there's a difference. It definitely feels a lot smaller, and yep, so that's that. Here's the 2nd generation, but it also has the same body as the 3rd generation. Rocker keys and all that. Now the iPod Touch 1st generation does not have rocker keys, so there's that. Sleep buttons on the other side for the iPod Touch 4th generation. Separate speaker, the camera, and here's the size. Yeah, it's definitely thinner, not by too much, but you can see a bit of a difference. So, and now the iPhone 4. Again, the iPhone 4 is going to be thicker because it has to have all the phone parts and all that in it. But there you go. And there's the back with the camera and the FaceTime cameras. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is performance with the iPod Touch 4th generation versus the iPod Touch 1st generation. So I'm going to move these aside here. So let me get into my apps. Okay, I'm going to just show you quickly on this. I'm not multitasking any apps here, just to show you guys. So, and you're gonna go now. So the iPod Touch 4th generation is clearly faster than the iPod Touch 1st generation, and definitely loads this faster. This kind of an advertisement. So this opened up and loaded the advertisement faster than this even loaded up, which is astounding. So that's just the speed test, and I'm just going to kill this app here. And that's it for this. So the iPod Touch 4th generation won against the iPod Touch 1st generation in performance on opening up an app. So now here's the iPod Touch 2nd generation. I'm going to do Wi-Fi. So before I get into the Wi-Fi, I'm going to go into the settings here and erase the history, cache, and all that stuff, so that way people won't complain and also won't give a bias towards one. So let's go back here. Kill settings, and again, not running any multitasking. I haven't already opened Safari. So I'm going to open up Safari here. Now this does come up to where I left off. That's just because Apple multitasks their apps whether or not you are. So I'm going to go to CNN. And this is the full site, so it's a lot bigger. Now the iPod Touch 4th generation just is pretty much finishing loading it and is done. And this is about halfway there. And you can clearly see that the iPod Touch 4th generation is faster with Wi-Fi than the iPod Touch 2nd generation here, which is still kind of struggling to get there. So here you have it. And again, this is the Retina display, so the website looks very nice and all that. So this is finally finishing and still not even there. And still going. Okay, well, it's still not done. Now this is a big site, so I can understand why it would take a little while, but this is extremely fast compared to this. So I'm going to go home. Again, quit Safari. Oh. Quit Safari and close this. So that was the iPod Touch 4th generation on Wi-Fi speeds against the iPod Touch 2nd generation. So here you have the iPhone 4. Open this up. And I'm going to do performance, speed test, and Wi-Fi. So I'm going to go find, again, before I open any of these apps. Look, not multitasking anything. Here's the iPod. There's nothing there. So, here we go. I'm going to load Doodle Jump. A great app. Definitely buy it. So here it's going to go. Now, the iPhone 4 loaded it just a little bit faster. I mean, we're talking very slight, but it's not too bad. So, basically the same. I could have pressed one slightly earlier than the other, but... So I'm going to go in here and kill the app. Okay, now again I'm going to do Wi-Fi speeds. So actually before I do Wi-Fi speeds, I'm going to clear out the CNN page on this. So, there we go. So this already goes back to the history and cookies and cache, even though I killed the application. So there we go, I just erased all the cookies and cache and all that. So I'm going to kill all the Safari and all that. So I'm going to open up Safari. Okay, so I'm going to hit CNN now. It's going to start going. Now, they're pretty much neck and neck here. And the iPod Touch 4th generation started a lot faster and got halfway faster, but the iPhone 4 it finished faster. So pretty much the same. And also the iPhone 4 has to check for text messages and all that kind of stuff over 3G, so this would be slowed down. And so that's pretty much it for Wi-Fi and speed tests. So this has been Marshall from Pacific Reviews with the iPod Touch 4th generation.